We have standing by, ready to jump into the debate with us, Jill VItale, very well-known executive producer of the Bernie and Sid in the Morning Show on 77 AM radio right here in New York, nationally syndicated. You may know her as Flirty Flipper. And Frank and Jill concepted this idea where we're going to have the Flip Side Fridays. And Jill just happened to be someone who was a kind of liberal Democrat, but now she's for Trump. And we want to know why she flipped, why they call her Flirty Flipper, and we're going to get a couple of drinks in her, and we're going to get truth serum in her and get the real deal. Jill, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is a really bad idea. It's going to be terrible, but give me a drink and I'll say.
Did Bernie and Sid endorse you coming on the show today?
They did. They were very supportive. They're actually probably watching right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't be after they see this this segment.
Well, Bernie and Sid, thanks for giving us a little shout out this morning and helping our fledgling organization. You guys are welcome to come down and have a martini. A little antipasto is on the menu every day.
And Bernie, Sid is not supposed to be drinking.
Yeah. I know, but if we get him to have a drink, that would be really good.
That would be news.
And, you know, we might even make news.
But
I think,
we don't
I think
encourage.
The last time that didn't work out.
We don't encourage alcohol.
But we want you down here anytime you want, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to promote to our 12 viewers on Facebook Live right now.
Only on Facebook. But
thank you guys. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get you down here anytime you can get.
So Flipper, John mentioned that you flipped the script on your politics. I remember when you were working for Sean Hannity and you did those great Man on the Street segments, listeners would come up to you with Hannity's book and you'd sign the book, Vote for Kerry. And we all remember these battles that you guys would have on everything from animal rights to, abortion. Mm-hmm. How did you end up as one of the most prominent liberal Democratic spokesmen in the country, such an avowed Trump supporter?
Well, I'm still for animal rights and I'm still pro-choice, but I'm not pro-fakeness. So when I saw Hillary and all her bullcrap lying, and then when she was on that morning show saying that she likes hot sauce and pandering and all the lies, I said, okay, she is not going to do anything for me. She's not going to do anything for the country. So, and then I watched Trump, and he was on stage saying, "Little Marco," and just saying exactly what he feels. There's no filter. I'm like, I could trust this guy. He says exactly what's on his mind. Whereas everything that she does is phony, fake.
Well, we're going to bring up topics, and we're going to get the flip side, which is your point of view on it. And the first thing we want to talk about today is this woman is claiming that she was separated from her baby.
Oh, I saw that story.
Because she failed a drug test, and she's alleging that it was because she had a poppy seed bagel.
Well, I think she actually did eat a poppy seed bagel, and they took her baby away from her as soon as I guess they test for blood. They didn't with me when I had my 3 kids, but
thankfully.
No. But apparently it came up as she was taking opioids, so they took the baby away from her, and that I just find that ridiculous. That first of all, do poppy seed bagels actually come up in blood tests? I don't know.
Well, one of the things that Frank told me was that you were an expert in poppy seed bagels, and that's why we brought you on. Or asking us the questions,
failing
we
drug
ask
test.
you the question.
No, I've never failed the drug test.
So do you think this woman's telling the truth?
Let me think.
Was she on drugs and that's why she failed the drug test, or did she have a bagel with a little too much poppy seed cream cheese?
She's probably lying because I don't think poppy seeds. I don't think poppy seeds would come up.
No, but tell us what you really think, Joe. She's probably lying.
She's probably lying.
We have a ton of things I want to get to, a bunch of topics, because your points of view are so different than Frank and I. Although we all kind of agree on the Trumponomics.
I'm parting company on the poppy seed bagels. But
one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, and we talked about it on our Sunday show, What's the Deal? Mm-hmm. Don't forget, coming back June 30th, What's the Deal? The show that doesn't kneel, every Sunday at 1 p.m. on Newsmax TV. What we talked about this before is Epic Games is a company that it was founded by a bunch of world-renowned psychologists, and they make games like Fortnite. And these games, speaking of opioids, these games, what they're made for is to create a rush that the kids want more. And they're setting off receptors in a kid's brain that sets off like addicts, right?
God, I know.
My son will sit in front of the television and play Fortnite for 12 hours until I flip out and threaten to throw the box in the pool or something.
It causes so much rift within families. My son is 16. I have a daughter who's 15 and a daughter who's almost 9. And my 16-year-old son, as soon as he comes home from school, and he's an A student, he got over 1,200 SATs, so I do give him privilege to play his PS4, Fortnite, whatever game it is, Grand Theft Auto, all those games. But as soon as he walks through the door, that's all he wants to do is, so what I make him do, it has to be balanced. I make him do 50 pull-ups, 50 push-ups, 50 burpees, and then repeat that again twice. Because he'll just sit down straight for 12 hours, like
So
you
Frank,
said.
we have
And
no
this
shot.
is a woman that's drinking at 12,
Right,
15.
and we
It's-
have.
it's Friday, I'm allowed to.
Hey, let's ring the bell on that one. We'd be disqualified immediately from playing Fortnite at Jill's
Yeah,
house
that-
because I can't do 5 pull-ups.
It
None of us
clearly,
50
it
pull-ups.
clearly. Now, if you
Burpee.
don't, now,
If I burped right now, then the pasta will go flying off the table.
I do want to mention that it is an oldie, but it is a goodie. If you have children of your own, not only should you maybe not let them play video games all day long, but you might want to pick up for them Jill's children's book, which is available on Amazon, Flirty the Free-Range Chicken. It's a great story. It's very well animated. And I am curious, Flipper, is you do text message from time to time, SMS text messages and all that. Do you, here in New York, politicians are actually proposing a ban on texting while driving. Where do you stand on that?
I like that ban. Like I said, my son is 16 and he's getting his permit and then he's going to have his license. So I worry that he's going to be on the road with all these idiots that are out there texting. I was guilty of it myself.
But this is texting while walking.
Texting while walking in the city, I actually agree with it because there are these idiots that are on their phone texting and they bump into me. I actually make a point to walk right into them and they look up at the last second because how selfish are they to think that I'm going to move out of their way? Look up. It's so annoying and it's just...
So you're endorsing the texting and
Yes.
walking.
I've been thinking about possibly running for mayor at some point, and one of my proposals is to make the bike lanes that are barely used, make them tourist lanes. And make all the tourists walk in the streets so they get the hell out of our way. And I don't care if they text or whatever they want. Just get them out.
The tourists
the flags and the microphones. Get over there.
Well, the
We're gonna get
tourists
places.
are another thing because they're always looking up.
That's
the
right.
texters are always looking
So
down.
speaking of smartphones, there's this new study out, Frank, that smartphones are making us liars.
Huge story in the Wall Street Journal today, and by the way, you're going to hear from Matthew Hennessy, who's the deputy opinion page editor of the Wall Street Journal. But basically, it says that smartphones are causing everybody to lie to one another, and more so than any other communications technology we've ever seen. People say, "Oh, they're on their way" when they haven't left yet. People say in a meeting when they just want to take a nap. What is this doing to our culture that it's made white lies and dishonesty so pervasive?
It makes it easy to lie. I like it. Because you can't lie to someone while you're actually talking to them because they can tell that you're lying. So it's so much easier to be like, yeah, I'll be right there. I love it.
Yeah, I think
do it all the time.
The elimination of personal communication is really like dwindling away at society almost. Because you can lie, you don't have to look someone in the eye. They don't have to hear your voice cracking when you say, "I'm in the car. I'll be there in 5 minutes." You just text in a meeting.
I love texting,
Right?
not while walking, but I love texting because I know when my phone rings and I'm like, why are you calling me when you could just text me? So I never answer.
Last one I want to throw it at Flipper, if we can,
Dirty
John.
out.
Give us the flip side on Don Imus. You work with a couple of Imus proteges, and in 20 seconds, can you tell us what's Imus really like behind the scenes?
Notice you had to take a drink.
I
right
know.
there.
Should I do it? Let's see. From what I've been told and what I've seen, Imus did not treat his staff very well. I would never have been able to last with him. What he did to those people, I think Rob Bartlett started out on the show with a posture like this, and he ended up with a posture like this.
Boy.
Wow.
That's the flip side.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but as always, we serve it to you on the rocks. Maybe a little neat, maybe a little dirty, but one thing for sure, it'll always be straight up on Liquid Lunch.